The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain. It's no secret that Boston Whaler's Outrage line is made up of great fishing boats, but I was surprised to find that most of their customers are buying them for their cruising capabilities. Today, I'm going to do a full features walkthrough of the largest in the Boston Whaler lineup, the 370 Outrage. At the owner's request, this boat was laid out specifically for use as a diving and cruising platform. Let's take a look at the difference, starting at the bow. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. There's comfortable seating at the bow, and our boat was fitted with the optional electrically actuated bow table with a flexi-teak top. There are padded cushions that go on top, and when lowered, it forms a very large bow sun pad. You won't have to go far to control the entertainment, as the stereo remote is right next to the actuator for the bow table. Naturally, there are the usual accommodations for storage under the seats, and all hatches are very light to Vinicel cord, gasketed, and held open by gas assist struts. With all the pads removed, you have a sizable casting deck, and fully forward is another elevated deck covered in non-skid. A hatch fully forward exposes the electric windlass and a 10-inch anchor cleat. There's access to the starboard side of the windlass for managing tangles, and a remote is mounted in the space as well. The real treat to the bow has to be this huge sun pad. It measures 5 feet 1 inch by 5 feet, has flip-down armrests plus a flip-down center armrest with drink holders, storage, plus an MP3 jack and 12-volt supply. Naturally, the space underneath isn't wasted. Flip open the latch at the front and you have storage for 6 rods, 2 5-gallon buckets, a 36-quart carry-on cooler, and as this boat is set up for cruising and diving, there are even 4 dive tank holders. This entire compartment is even lockable from a slide mechanism located at the electrical panel in the cabin. As we move aft, there's a recessed grab handle inside the cap rail that's not only convenient, it also prevents snagging your lines when you fish. Continuing aft, there's 21 inches between the console and the padded bolster, cargo netting for bulwark storage, the optional flip-down trolling seat, recessed midship cleats accessed through a flush-mounted stainless hawse hole, and the panel housing the main battery switches. And of course, all this is repeated on the opposite side. Since this is a serious offshore boat, the hardtop is standard and comes complete with both fore and aft floodlights, powder-coated rails with ladder access to the hardtop, 6 rod holders, and a tempered glass windshield with an electrically actuated vent. Options include a remote spotlight and outriggers. Another example of how our test boat is rigged more for cruising and diving can easily be seen by this summer kitchen. Opening the top exposes the components, which still include controls for the macerator pumps for the fish boxes. Just below is a single basin sink with hot and cold water. Inside the storage drawers is a removable cutting board that drops into position at the sink. To the left is a smoke-free electric grill, and to the right is a single burner stove with pop-up fiddles. There's a conveniently located full-length grab handle just above the storage that includes a trash receptacle. Additionally, there are pull-out refrigerated drawers to both sides of the helm seat. Of course, if you're more interested in fishing, all of this can be swapped out for a rigging station. You can enter the cockpit from a 9-inch step from the starboard boarding gate. To either side of the cockpit, there's the usual accommodations for undergunnel rod storage, and notice down low there's the addition of a tow rail to give you a little more support when fighting the fish. This tow rail is also equipped with holders for the downrigger weights. To either side of the cockpit are macerated fish boxes measuring 5 feet 4 inches in length, and here they're fitted with optional freezer plates to keep the ice from melting. At the aft end of the cockpit, a dive ladder is secured to the bottom of a flip-down transom seat that I found very easy to deploy. The dive ladder mounts to a stainless steel plate in front of the hull side dive door in the port bulwarks, and a stainless grab handle flips into position to ease boarding. Behind the transom are 5 flush-mounted rod holders along with the water and fuel fills and a separate, clearly marked fill port for the tank feeding the low-CO diesel generator. Down below, notice the service platform running across the length of the transom. There are modest swim platforms to either side of the stern, the starboard side housing the reboarding ladder with the stainless grab handle and the transom shower. At the top of the transom is a 24-gallon aerated live well. Now let's take a look down below at the accommodations for our overnight guests. As we step below, immediately to starboard is an open head arrangement which can be closed off with a privacy curtain. Natural light comes in from console side port lights and overhead skylights. In this open configuration, the vanity also acts as part of the galley, and just below the sink is a microwave and trash receptacle. Just above the sink is the 12-volt electrical panel, and here again is the locking mechanism for the forward sun pad storage. A roomy berth measuring 6 feet 7 inches by 5 feet 2 inches takes up the forward section of the cabin, and here's an interesting feature. By dropping down the foot of the berth and actuating a switch on the bulkhead, a double-wide seat is revealed. A 19-inch LCD TV on a swivel mount is standard, as is this 1.3 cubic foot refrigerated drawer. Just above is the 120 volt electrical panel. A hanging locker is just abaft with flip down garment hooks. At the entryway are the light switches and controls for the standard 8,000 BTU reverse cycle air conditioner. It's easy to see the appeal of using this capable offshore boat as a cruising platform. She's well laid out to make an easy transition between cruising and fishing, and diving is a simple matter of a couple more options. And with that, that's my features walkthrough of the new 370 Outrage from Boston Whaler. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.